I'm a big Kelvin Shepard fan, so I have no reservations, man. Shep, I was a fan of him as a player and as a coach, man. He's demanding. Our defense is going to be aggressive still, and and the guy's a great coach, man, and he get his players better, so. Love the move, and Johnny Moe. We know Johnny Moe, so Johnny Moe's creative, aggressive as a play caller. So we're excited about those guys.
He says he's excited, so I take his word for it.
Yeah, me too.
Let me ask you this: what does success look like for Johnny Moe?
Okay.
And then I'll give you defense.
Well, the Lions' offense has been what, top 3 the last couple of years?
Last 3 years.
Yeah. Keep them in the top 3. At worst, keep them in the top 5. If they drop below the top 5, then I'm going to have an issue. If I see guys not getting the ball, if I see Jahmyr Gibbs all of a sudden not getting the rock, I'm going to be pissed. If I see Amon-Ra St. Brown's catches go down, I'm going to question it. But as long as they win, that's all I care about. Just get me to the finish line. That's it.
Pete?
I'm doing work. I'm sorry, Braylon. I'm sorry.
All good, man. Hey, Ricky, what you got going on?
Run that back from me. I was reading the
What
message.
does success look like for Johnny Morton, offensive coordinator for Detroit Lions this year?
I mean, I'm on a Super Bowl train. But him individually, I want to say like 13 wins. I can't even think of anything on offense individually that I would be looking for. But at least 13, 14 wins. Let's say that.
Respectfully. So offensive output 13, 14.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm sorry. I was just doing some work there, Brad. I tell you what, you want an expectation for Johnny Morton?
There you go.
Use the weapons that were given to him, including how do you incorporate Isaac Tesla into the offensive program. If they're going to use him like a weapon, like they use Jahmyr Gibbs as a weapon, then I want to see how Johnny Morton. It's like playing chess. So we know he's probably good with the pawns, right? Let's see how he moves his knight. Let's see how he moves his bishop. Let's see how he especially moves that queen around the board to control the play field. I want him to tire out defenses. You want to win a Super Bowl, then he's going to have to make some. I want to see the greatest show on turf come to Detroit. Basically, is what I'd like to see, and I think that he has the speed on this team to get that sort of a show done by using the weapons in many different ways that we haven't seen. Let's shuffle the playbook. Let's open up some plays, Bray, probably that you probably didn't even think happened. Let's see what his game plan. Let's see how he plays chess on the field.
Can I add something real quick? It's kind of silly. Good trick plays. I do want to see a couple good trick plays because that was like a signature for us last season.
No such thing as silly. So P wants Mike Martz. I like it.
Yeah.
Anson, what say you?
Trick plays will go down because Ben's not here.
Agreed.
The offensive yards per game will go down. Our points scored per game will go down just a touch. But our time of possession will go up. Our defense will be on the field less. Might only turn into 11 games. I know you guys hate to hear that, but this is just one of the scariest schedules I've ever seen.
It is.
We're in probably the scariest division in football, but we're going to see a different offense, and it's going to cause problems for the other defenses in the league that we're facing because they're used to a certain type of Detroit Lions offense. But we haven't lost any weapons. Our offensive line should be healthier. And I think that when you take a little bit less chances and you play a little bit more control offense, I think that this team can absolutely impose their will, not just by outscoring teams, but by physically dominating them for 60 minutes.
I appreciate that. This is where I'm at with Johnny Morton in offense. I want it to look good by game 3. Hear me out. I want this team and this offense to look good. Really, let me switch that up. I want it to look game 2, and I'll tell you why. Remember last year we watched the first quarter play out, and it was some sloppy play of the Lions, some injuries here or there. But, they figured finished 3-1 in the first 4 games. You saw some improvement, really settled in game 4, game 5, right? You knew that you lost Ben Johnson this offseason, that this was going to be a different offense. You knew starting now. So if they look good by game 2, if they look chemistry tight, when it looks like you got the guys humping in the right direction, when it looks like golf is on from game 2 on, I'll believe in it because I believe you took the offseason serious, that you had guys here right now. You got guys here in minicamp. You got guys that 4 went going somewhere else because they want to be around. They want to get locked in. So if I see that locked in this, because they're not going to practice in the preseason, we know this. I don't want that to be the excuse this year. oh, nobody plays in the preseason, you know, so it takes us a couple games to get go. I want them to come out and look like they're supposed to. That's if I know they're good enough.
And I love that take. I'm down with that. And then on top of it, you know, everybody here in Detroit begging for defensive linemen and edges, should I say. And 2 of our first 4 picks are offensive linemen. This team is going to maul teams. I do like I like your take in the fact that it's going to take them a week or 2, especially if we're not seeing the starters during the preseason, for them to really figure out how to work it with the new guy. But I see this team continually doubling down on that offensive line and that defensive line. I think we're going to see a much more old school Lions team. And it might be hard for some Lions fans to handle at first, because we might not take the chances or the trick plays or throw the field quite as far down. But we have the best running back tandem in the league. We have a top 5 offensive line. And when you limit Jared Goff's mistakes, you win. Period.
Is it fair to say Kelvin Shepherd might have faster and more success than Aaron Glenn, Tom Hasaway, considering where this defense is versus where it was?
Yeah. Aaron Glenn had to deal with all those injuries, man. First, as soon as he got him right up to where they was supposed to be, then Aiden Hutchinson went down, and then they all started going down like trees in a forest. The guy who takes over this year from Aaron Glenn's defense, Kelvin Shepherd, walks into a pretty darn good defense, and it got better, right, with the draft. We hope it got better with the draft, and we'll see with free agency. There's still free agents out there, and a guy like Zadarius Smith is still out there. Hell, the long shot Trey Hendrickson is still out there. I know you don't want me to keep reaching for him.
Fools go, man. You better let that pipe dream go.
I know.
Bengals are losing their leverage, though, man. He's getting cheaper and cheaper.
Until he signs with the Bengals or goes somewhere else, I'm going to say there's still hope.
Okay, Maz, let me ask you, what would it do for you if somehow Brad Holmes works his evil genius and he brought in Trey Hendrickson to the Detroit Lions?
I know. I would bet him to win the Super Bowl.
Backflip.
I would bet him to win the Super Bowl. And you know what? I'd play my hand after that. If you can't sign a couple of our guys that we really love,